my name is Greg Ellis, and welcome to a special edition of Redskin Review. We're going to take a look at the new athletic director for Anderson, Chris Newton. And so my privilege and pleasure to say Chris is with us. Chris, welcome
Thank
to
you
Anderson.
very much.
It's good to see you.
Appreciate it.
And we got Dan Albert's with us, of course. And Chris, let's say welcome to your new job. It's been a hectic month for you. You just got the job, a couple weeks ago, and lots happened in the last couple months, or a couple weeks, I guess.
It has. It's been a great, August 1st was about my first day, and I got to tell you what, it's been super. Couldn't ask for a better situation. Very honored and proud to be associated with the Anderson Redskins, and to be in this position is a dream come true.
I've known Chris since he was 8 years old, playing for Lucky and Strassel.
David's Devils, too.
And David's Devils. And Lucky and Strassel with my brother Steve, who reminded me today, who won 44 straight games.
Yeah, but I think we beat you guys. And he still, New Sash beat him. That's all I got to say. New Sash beat him. So.
But we've known Chris for a long time, and I'm very excited that you're in this position.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled. Like I said, it's been a great 3 weeks or so, and the people have been super, and just excited about the opportunity.
Because of the timing of this, it's really been hectic. Not only in your new position, but you have to fill your old position as one of the assistant coaches on the football team.
Yeah, oh yeah. It's it's been a very interesting situation here. I came off the football practice field and then interviewed for the position, was hired for it, and then, Coach Geesting needed to hire somebody for the spot, as well as baseball down the road. Our longtime assistant coach, Andy I, has been promoted to that position, so we're very excited about that. But Jeff went and found some very capable coaches, and they're excited, and good things are going to happen for us out there on the football field.
Well, good. Tell us a little bit about your background. I know you went to Turpin, and after Turpin, I believe you played baseball at UC, is that correct?
Yes, yeah. I proud graduate at Turpin High School in '87, and then from there I went down and played baseball at the University of Cincinnati. Right out of college, I went to Colerain and was very proud member of the Colerain teaching staff out there. And I coached football and baseball for 15 years. I worked with some great people out at Colerain, and my first dream came true, being able to come back to the Forest Hill School District when the baseball position opened up. Interviewed for that job in '07. I believe I interviewed for the job in '07, was hired for the baseball job, so I coached the '08 season, and very fortunate for me, a science teaching job opened up that following year, and so I was able to come on staff full-time and be a full-fledged Redskin.
Were you driving all the way to Colerain from out here? Were you living out here?
Yeah, I've never moved out of Anderson Township.
Wow.
I love Anderson Township, and my wife is born and raised in Anderson Township. So for 15 years we were making that drive. So we were very excited for multiple reasons, but to be able to come home and work at home and teach the kids that I was once a part of, once one of. It's a great feeling.
A lot of people don't know the commitment that ADs have, and it's a pretty big commitment. I mean, was that a concern of yours at all when you were thinking about taking this job at all?
No, it wasn't a concern at all. My number one, my wife and family are incredible. There's no way I could ever imagine having a more supportive wife and children. So they are. I've jumped in over my head right now. It's been a lot of stuff, but they've been so supportive and backing of that. But from coaching football and baseball for the last 21 years, we've put some long hours in the Newton house, so they're used to that. And I coached with some great coaches out at Colerain that were about dedication and perfection, and one being Kerry Combs and Rick Haynes, and they showed me what it was like as I was a young coach. They showed me what it was like to put that extra time in, and how it was worth it because you're doing it for the kids. And that's the way I feel. I go from being involved in 2 sports to now I'm involved in 26, and I'm thrilled about that.
As you said, one of your first orders of business was to hire a baseball coach. Mm-hmm. Was that a pretty easy hire, I guess, if you want to call it, because you've worked with him side by side for the last couple of years? Without a
doubt. He's not only a great baseball coach, he's a great friend, and if he wouldn't have been the right person for the job, he would have understood that with our relationship, but there's no doubt about it. He's the right guy for this job, and he's going to do great things at Anderson.
Well, and then saying that you've learned all this stuff from Combs and Haynes, who was a former, I believe, Turpin grad.
Turpin, yes, sir.
What is the vision? Is there what is the vision for Anderson Athletics?
Well, I know this. To me, right now, the most important thing that we need to do is we need to get our former Redskins back with us.
Right.
And I know there's a lot of Redskins that are out there, for one reason or another, have not come back to our stands and filled our stands and things such as that. So we're going to reach out. That's a very large goal of mine, to reach out to get our alumni back involved with us. I just sat down with one of the first guys today, in Dale Adams.
Oh, yeah.
And Dale Adams really stepped up to the plate today with Adams Heating and Cooling, and we couldn't be more excited about having him on board with us. But there's plenty of other Redskins out there that we want to get back involved in some way, shape, or form with the program. And and I'm talking in everything. I'm talking basketball, former basketball player. I'm talking former golfers, former tennis players, soccer players, everything. I think the more we can get back involved with our alumni, I think the more the kids are going to see the pride factor in our high school, and the better things are going to happen.
And that's one of the things that you and I have been working on, and we've talked about honoring Joe Miller, and we're going to do that for the McNick game, which is going to be the second week of the season. And just to let you know, when I called him on the phone, he was very emotional and he's very excited about it. And I think things like that are really, everybody knows about Joe Miller. And I think that's going to be a big, not only just for the football program, but other sports that we've had where people have done a lot of things. I think that's going to be a huge thing.
Oh, I agree. I think it's a tremendous idea that you all have, and I'm glad to be on board with it. And I am so excited about September 5th, Friday night, when we honor Joe and we play. Our football team has a home first game against the McNicholas Rockets. I think it's just going to be a great night, and celebrating what Joe has done to Anderson High School, for Anderson High School, is going to be tremendous.
Have you talked about Kerry Combs? Has any of your former colleagues called you and wished you luck and kind of give you anyone else have given you advice?
It's been tremendous. That was the hard part. The first couple of days you had mentioned about how difficult the fall is, and Pam Scott, our former AD, was super. She has been outstanding, and she stayed on and helped me a couple days. She's been at anytime I want to call her, she's available for me, so that's been super. But those first 3 or 4 days, it was very important for me to get back in touch with the people that contacted me, and so I'd say my email box has been flooded. But it was important for me to get back to them because they thought enough of me to do that, and I wanted to get back to them. But yeah, it's been exciting. I went out. I was hired, interviewed on Wednesday. I was hired Thursday, and Thursday night I was out at Lakota East for their coaches meeting, because one of my former players is the athletic director out at Lakota East, Richard Bryant, and he is doing a tremendous job out at Lakota East. And so I wanted to sit in and see how he does things, and he's outstanding. He is outstanding. So that was a great opportunity, great experience. But I've been fortunate. There's a lot of good people around here.
Good.
What's been your biggest challenge so far, you think?
It's kind of, I'm fortunate enough that being here for 6 years, I know a lot of the people that are in Anderson High School. I know everybody in Anderson High School. Matter of fact, I was fortunate enough that I knew every single head coach, and I had conversations with every single head coach. So I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about number one, I was worried about what I was going to do not being in the classroom. That was hard. That was hard. And I've been doing that for 21 years.
Yeah, that's
that was difficult, But I've been able to deal with that, getting out in the hallways and seeing the kids. I'm not worried about not being on the field, because I am going to be on the field. Right. I was on the football field today, I was on the tennis courts today, and I was on the boys and girls soccer fields today. So I'm not going to have a problem getting on the field. But it's just kind of getting used to the agendas and the things that need to be done. And I'm finding out, and fortunately I'm finding out fast. But sometimes you don't know things are supposed to be done until they were supposed to be done already. Yeah. And those are the difficult things. things that I'm trying to hurry up the learning process through, but our administration and central office is extremely supportive, and so they've been very helpful.
I tell you what, it says something about our school district, the fact that we have Chris, who comes from the school district, now he's the AD at Anderson. We had Rob Stoll, who went to Anderson, he's now doing a great job as the head coach at Turpin, and just says something about our school district in general.
Oh, I agree. I've had numerous talks with Rob Stoll. He's a great person, great coach, and more importantly, a great person. And it's been kind of weird being a Turpin graduate and come back to Anderson. But people are over that, and if they can't get over it, that's a little ridiculous in my opinion. But Rob, I'm sure, had the same kind of things when he went to Turpin.
Sure he did.
Yeah, and he's done a tremendous job, and it's for the whole Anderson community, and he's doing a great job for Turpin and their football community, and I hope to do a great job for Anderson and our athletic community.
Go ahead, Dan.
You already answered a question. I was going to ask you how hard will it be Saturday night when Anderson takes the field for the Crosstown Showdown, and you're obviously going to be the AD and not coach, but I think you've already answered that question, I think.
Yeah, and I told the kids, Jeff was very nice to let me talk to the kids the day I was hired, and I mentioned to them that I'm still going to be down there on the sidelines, just a different part of the sidelines. I won't be allowed in the coach's box. I won't have a headset on, and that'll be strange, but I'm still going to be hollering and screaming, and there's no doubt about that, and I'll still be cheering them on. But I'll just be doing it from a different point of view.
Well, I know I've been around you too for a long time, and I know that I'm very excited that you're on board, and I'm not only just from me, but I think everybody in the whole community is very excited and very happy, and I think it's just going to be a great thing with you on as athletic director. Yeah,
I'm super excited. I think we have a lot of great things going on in Anderson High School right now. Our principal, Mike Broadwater, is tremendous. We've hired we have an assistant principal, Dave Kammerer, that's been there for a while now, and we hired 2 brand new assistant principals, in Rob Fellows and Emily Stanyard, and you can just see a lot of good things going on. They're all excellent people, here for the right reasons, here for the kids, and I'm excited about the way Anderson is going, and I think we want to get out, we want to tell people about Anderson, and I think that's our job, to get out and sell our kids, and I'm very excited about that.
I know everybody in my family they called me, oh my gosh, Chris got the AD job. We were all so happy. It's not just my family, everybody in the whole Anderson community is excited that you're in this position. And
I couldn't be more excited. And your brother, Steve, was one of the reasons why I'm even back at Anderson. We had a long phone call I loved Coleraine. I loved it dearly. But your brother gave me a phone call about the baseball job being open, and it was a very eye-opening phone call for me. And but Steve is very, very vital in me being back in here, and I couldn't thank him enough. But I think there's a lot of excitement going. I think we just need to build on that and continue it.
Absolutely.
Okay. You want to talk about the plans we have for Joe Miller? Or?
Yeah, we talked about it earlier, was that with Chris, but we also talked about it in our Redskin View with Coach Giesting. But so what we're going to do is I was going through all the yearbooks, and we're still short a little bit on, I don't know the totals for Coach Brown when he was coaching.
To get all the stats for every year.
To get all the stats for all the years, but we believe Joe's number 2, we think, because we don't have all of Coach Brown's, and then Jeff's 2 wins away from Coach Miller. So technically
who's number 1? Coach
Soriano's number 1, and then Brown and Miller are right there. So he's like around 53 wins, 55 wins, and Jeff's right there close to him. So I know that what he's done, and the time period that he had football, he did a really good job at Anderson High School. I didn't realize it myself till I looked at the book. He did a really good job, and I know that after talking to Joe, he's very excited, he got very emotional, his family's very excited, and I think it's just going to be a great night, and what a great night to have it only playing McNick. Because that was one of his big games.
That was always the game.
Yeah, because there wasn't a Turpin. Yeah, there wasn't a Turpin, so that was the big school. So I think he's very honored to be there, and I think it's just going to be an absolutely great night.
Yeah. Good. And it's a whole Redskin family.
Absolutely. Katie went there graduated with me, and Bill, and then I know his son went to Anderson, so it's
and Liz, his daughter.
So it's going to be
Liz and their
Great
other
night.
daughters. Yeah, it's going to be exciting.
Well, good. And again, this will air before that McNick game, so if you're still watching this, try to get out the McNick game and pay tribute to Coach Miller, and it should be a special night.
Yeah, we'll actually have this on, hopefully maybe right before the week before the McNick game. That'll be on. Then it'll also be on our alumni site, the USBN site, the football site. So we'll have this, blasted all over. And I think that is a big thing too, is to get the kids involved. They get to see themselves on TV, hear about themselves on TV. I know they've always liked the Redskin Review, so it'll be a pretty neat thing for them to see.
Well, good.
And it's a great thing that you guys do, and we appreciate that, Anderson High School. And I just like to, tell all the fans, come on out and support us. I mean, it's a big thing. We want to come out for Joe Miller, that's for sure, but we want to come out for our kids.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Well, let's wrap it up here. Thanks to the folks up here at Anderson Community Television for letting us use the equipment, the studio, things like that. Coach John Raymond for being the producer back there. We appreciate his help.
Hall of Famer.
The Famer. So, Chris, good luck to you again. We are so pleased that you're in this position, and we look forward to working with you.
Great. I'm very excited, and I appreciate you having me on.
Good deal. For Dan Alberts, Chris Newton, I'm Greg Ellis. Thanks for joining us on this special edition of Redskin Review.